Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm recording a video with a VHS-C camcorder, something I have not done in a very long time. But I picked this camera up mainly because of the accessories that it came with, and I figured that now that it's been, well, basically a year since I picked it up, I should probably make a video about it. This is a Panasonic Palmcorder model PV-A217. Looks like it works pretty well. I'm actually using a AA battery pack to record with this right now, and an impressive display of trust. I'm amazed that the batteries in this are actually good, because they've been around for a while. I notice it's got the same basic focus problems that all the other models of this same basic pedigree have. Well, those batteries are dropping quick. I don't have any AA's to hand, so I don't know, we might be tethered here soon. But while it's portable, I'm going to try and take this thing around, and we'll see if I can manage to actually do such a thing. Maybe even go outside with it. Well, we're out in the great outdoors. Probably not a nice thing to do to a tape-based camera like this, but it's not too bad out here. It's above freezing, even though it's, you know, mid-January. I've changed over to a different battery because my AA's kind of ran down. This is one of those Duracell batteries. Usually these things are junk because they're NiCad batteries, and those generally, at this point in time, have all worn themselves out, but this one seems to actually be working. Kind of amazing, really. I'm sure if I turn on the video light, that'll be the end of that, because this camera does have a video light. And don't worry, for those of you that will want to see the camera, you'll get to do so. I'm taking some test footage right now, just to make sure that the camera works, and make sure it's mostly healthy, which it seems to be. Yeah, I'm going to make the mistake here of turning on the video light. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's, I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, it's, I didn't like that, so now it's blinking the battery light of doom, so that's about what I thought was going to happen. I didn't think that would work. Let's see how long it'll run with the blinking battery light of doom. I don't even think I saw the light come on. So, that should tell you all that you need to know about it. See what the video looks like when I go to try and edit it. But, yeah. It's really one of the bugbears about camcorders of this type and vintage. Well, that and the fact that the video quality is not the best, because none of these are high quality. I know that some of them say VHS-HQ on them, but there really is no such thing. It's not the same thing as hi-fi or anything like that. It usually just means that they got a better video head on them. Maybe a better audio head, but these don't have hi-fi audio. The 8mm cameras do. I don't think there was ever an 8mm camera that had linear audio. There might have been some of the earlier ones, but these VHS-C units were all basically non-hi-fi. So the audio wasn't very good on them at the best of times, and it got even worse when you switched them into the SLP mode, which certainly gave you more recording time, but it was drastically more recording time. You went from 30 minutes, usually on the typical tape, to 90 minutes, but at the great expense of your audio performance, because that's just how linear audio works. The tape moves slower. So, this thing is running for quite a while with that blinking battery light. Kind of interesting. I noticed I wasn't getting a battery symbol before, so I'm sure there's something wrong with the sensing on this. Yep. That's all that she wrote for that. So we're back to the AA pack. I've got a couple other batteries charging. The one for this camera that came with this camera that you'll see when I go back inside, it was junk. It didn't power the camera at all, so no surprise there. I'm sure that when I turn on this video light, that's going to kill this entirely. But we'll try it on the AA batteries now. Yeah, no, it just completely murders the batteries. So I'm not really surprised there. I need to get some better batteries, better AA's, or just plug it straight into the wall if I want to use the video light. Which maybe we'll do. Go back inside and either plug the camera in or grab another battery, I don't know. Here's what the camera came with. This was purchased at a Salvation Army, like I said, I think about a year ago. There's no tag left on this, insofar as I can tell. Oh, actually there is. I want to correct myself. The tag is still there. See if it'll focus on it. Yeah, look at that. $30. Yikes. I wouldn't even consider giving something like that for a VHS-C camera, but given this one was complete, for the most part, I guess it's hard to really complain. I do have the power supply. The power supply is actually on the floor charging the battery right now. Not the battery that came with this camcorder, as I mentioned. The battery that came with this camcorder is right here, and it is completely junk. Doesn't do anything at all. I do have this, which I don't think actually came with it. This is an Ambico branded VHSC cassette shell. Wow, that was a great bungling of the word there. The fit and finish is not great, but I'm sure it probably works just fine. I have two tapes. Here's what's on one of them. And the other one has got all of this on it. And we'll see if the camera will actually focus. These Panasonic Palmcorders don't really like to focus, it seems. I don't really know why that is. Well, that could have ended poorly. But I'll have to import those into the computer, probably upload them to my other channel. It has a shoulder strap. There's a lot of crap in here because this has been sitting around for a while. There's the umbilical cord, which is another big reason why I bought it, even though it was $30. These are hard to find. Of course, this is the AV cable. I've changed batteries again. This time I'm using a Philips branded battery. It's a bit larger. We'll see how long it lasts. To take a look at this thing, which I've had for even longer than this PV-A217. I don't remember if I bought this on the Hamfest 2022 trip or if I bought it on the trip before, which would not have been Hamfest 2021 because the border was closed for that particular trip. Or it was closed for that would-be trip, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is another one of those frivolous purchases that I didn't need to make, and I really only made because, again, this has the power supply. If we take a look in here, it has all the power supply, I should say. Here's the main adapter here. There's the umbilical cord adapter there. And this would work with probably basically anything that uses this same basic battery connector. And then there's the AV cable. This is a Thomson Consumer Electronics power adapter, so this is an RCA camera. I don't think it came with anything else, other than maybe the VHS shell adapter. Yeah, that bought the firm too. We've got it open here. It's an RCA Small Wonder. What is the model, you might be asking? It is a CC616, manufactured in September of 1995. I think I've had the JVC version of this camera in my possession before, but that camera did not function. So this one does, again, insofar as I can remember. But just looking at it, you can tell that this is basically a JVC camera, just from the design. You can tell who OEM'd this for RCA. Which is kind of funny, because for a while there, RCA actually did make their own camcorders. I believe I've already shot some test video with this, but I'm going to shoot some new test video because, well, I want it to tie into this camcorder, and I wasn't able to do that before because I didn't have this camcorder before. Or maybe I did. Maybe I intended on it. I don't know where that video ended up going, so let me go ahead. This camera's got no fader. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the RCA. So I'll be right back, thanks to the magic of videotape. Okay, should now be recording on the RCA Small Wonder, model CC616, VHS-C camcorder in SP mode. Well, I guess lesson learned. There's not enough battery to use the zoom. Whoops. Now, there might not even be enough battery really to do anything. So I'm probably going to have to plug this one in. Unless I can find a battery that works. So no outdoor footage from this. Potentially. Here is the camera I was using. This PV-A217. Another reason why I bought this is just how clean it is. It's in very good condition. The only real problem with it is that this lens cap tends to stick. You can see there. 16x optical zoom and a color viewfinder. Pretty neat feature. So that's neat. So, anyway. Forehead. Like I said, these camcorders are all basically the same. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all. This has a wheel on the side of it that will let you adjust the white balance mode as well as a couple of other things. So we go ahead and we can do that. Sports mode. I don't know if it actually does it on the fly or not. Backlight compensation. Front lit. The other one was backlit. Shutter speed adjustment, 1/2000. Spotlight mode. Portrait frame mode. And sepia, which actually looks like black and white, but that's okay. There's a full auto lock mode. And then the mode I was in, which is the auto release mode. I can change, as I was saying, there are two buttons on the side here, and I can change what they do, different functions. So right now, the standard that they're on by default is fade and 16:9. But you can even change what they are while you're recording, which is pretty neat. And go ahead and turn on the fader. We are outside with yet another camcorder battery. Although this one looks like it might actually be decent. This is a Sunpack, allegedly memory-free battery. But I don't know if I believe that. Because it should still be a nickel metal hydride, and I think those are not as susceptible to it as the NiCads are, but they're still you could still get memory. Now, I wonder if the video light will actually work with this battery. Let's give it a try. Looks like it will. Also looks like the colors are kind of a little screwed up. I don't know how that managed to happen. Yeah, we need a video light with this one. And, yeah, it's even working. Almost looks like Night Shot. Everything's got a green hue. Of course, it'd be interesting to see what it looks like on the actual video. Could just be the view screen. Got automatic light as well. So I could take it. See if it turns off when it's in here. Right when I point it up at, it's still not turning off. Interesting. Oh, there it did. That's amusing. Here's video light again. So, guess this is a good battery. So that's pretty neat. You can see the focus. Like I said, taking these cameras outside in the cold is probably not the best idea for them. And there's the focus. But it's not actually that cold out. It's certainly above freezing. Or maybe hovering right around it at this point. So it's definitely far from seasonal. There's a zoom. Yeah, I think this battery's good. So that's pretty cool. At least I've got one good working battery for these cameras that's not one of the AA packs. Because they tend to burn through the AA's like water, especially when you do things like this. Turning on the video light. Because it's a halogen spotlight. So, it'll get pretty hot. I wonder what happened to this. See there. It's over top of the soffit, so that shouldn't really be happening to that. Yeah, it's still up here. Even though it really shouldn't be. It's just kind of in the way. Some indoor video light. That probably needs a battery. Since this battery seems to be working so well, I'm going to go ahead and switch back to this camcorder here and try out its video light. After I do a little bit of panning and some more zoom. This camera's got 12 times optical zoom. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Not much. Certainly enough. Hard to operate the zoom control on this without an index finger. We'll be right back thanks to the magic of videotape. Skincare. I definitely think this camcorder does better in low light. Let's go ahead and turn on the video light. Which does work, as you can see. Hearing some noises. I wonder how good this battery actually is. put it into auto mode. The video light's still on, even though it really shouldn't be. There we go. I got it to turn off. There it is, back on again. Yeah, this battery is actually pretty good. Kind of amazing. This Sunpack memory-free battery. I guess they're not lying. Because it's like really the only one that I've got left that's really working all that well. It looks like it might be snowing out. Kind of interesting. It was not doing that before. It even started while I was out here. Not sure who walked through there. I don't think it was me. It might have been me the way those prints are going, but I don't think it was. I know that there's a certain faction of my audience that likes the VHS-C videos, but truth be told, the quality's not really there, and neither is the battery longevity. It's nice to be able to grab a camcorder and not have to worry about being plugged into the wall. So if you're testing for a computer, for example, you know, for a desktop computer, you only need 2 power cords for the computer and monitor. You don't need another power cord for the camcorder. And, you know, for really everything else, the cord doesn't get in the way, you don't trip over it or anything like that. But, you know, some of these batteries do still work. What I'm using right now is actually working fairly well. So, I hope it's memory free because I don't think I'm quite dedicated enough to discharge it all the way. Certainly not on this video. But there's a nice battery, and I can actually use it with the Sony cameras as well. It does have both. You push a button on it and turn one of the terminals over, and then you can use it with the Sony cameras. And the cameras that use that system, so very versatile. Alright, let's wrap this up. Look how nasty that garage door looks. I wonder if we won't have to replace that soon. Other features. For completeness sake, and assuming that the battery that I've put on this camera works, it's another one of these Sunpacks, although the amount of time that it took to charge, or I guess lack thereof, kind of makes me suspicious. Well, it's on. Oh, now it's not. That battery is no good. Let's try it with a working battery. Seems like this one's working. Kind of hard to really see in there. I don't think I can get any closer. Really, the only interesting thing on the side is this right here. As you can see, I can change what the buttons do, and it tells you there as well as on the view screen in there. If I put it into full auto mode, it goes to that. You know, really the only interesting thing with this Panasonic is the color viewfinder. You can see there. You might even be able to see that it's even color. That's pretty much it for both these cameras. And of course is the video light. I'm surprised at how well that battery works, considering most of them really just don't. Although this one's working as well, which is kind of interesting. I'm not really sure how that's possible, but it seems to be working fine. So, thanks for watching, folks. If you've got any comments, feel free to leave them below.